It's time for the Community Art Showcase. Last time around, you were all challenged to create some sort of art with the prompt of food. And once again, you have come through with some delectable offerings. But before we can dig in, I must give you your next prompt. Given the next showcase will herald the start of Spooky Month, you know what we must do. Indeed, your next prompt is Halloween. Get spooky scary with those skeletons. Jack-o'-lanterns, bedsheet ghosts, 14-foot tall Home Depot skeletons. I'm talking Spirit Halloween vibes. Have fun. And post your submissions to the channel Discord by the end of the 30th. Now then, let's sink our teeth into what you've made, shall we? First off, from your local noob, we've got two different sticks of dango. Dango? I've never been entirely sure on how you're supposed to pronounce it, and I've heard both pronunciations used interchangeably, so I have no idea which is correct. Still, they're both very nice. I like the more realistic one a little bit more, especially since you included your color swatches, and the highlighting is also really nice too. Fantastic work, honestly. However, it is funny that you chose to do Dango, and you will find out why here pretty soon. But before that, up next from The Watcher, we have a plate of sushi. Compositionally, I love it. How you have everything laid out and your lighting is really nicely done. However, all of your food objects, but the sushi especially, feel a little too uniform. I feel like if you slapped a displacement modifier on them, it would break that up and make them look a little bit better. I'd also recommend either adding or upping the subsurface scattering, depending on if you have it or not, on your tuna and wasabi a little bit. More so on the tuna than the wasabi. As it is right now, it almost reads more like a tongue than a piece of fish. At least to me. Still, it is really nice. And I'm pretty sure it would pair nicely with the last one. Or the next one. Because up next, from my little sister, is the reason I found Local Noob's entry to be a little bit funny in terms of its choice. But I also have to fulfill my terms of a bargain with this one, so here we go. Take a seat with me and see the shining lights up high. Sing a song with me and see a shooting star will fly by. Smiling back at me, their eyes are filled with something sweet. Fluffy bunny dango, they're a tasty treat. Next, as a collaborative effort between my sister and one of my cousins, we have a Cheezosaurus Rex and Coffee Girl. Finally, something normal. I like Coffee Girl's face of unbridled panic and energy. However, it does kind of look like you gave up on giving the Cheezosaurus teeth halfway through. With that angle, you should be able to see all of the teeth in the jaws, both the ones towards you and the ones on the opposite side. Still, it is pretty funny, and I do like it for that. Next up, from my other cousin, we've got an ice cream cone. I like that you have the middle ice cream deforming and smushing together where they connect. However, you do have two issues present. Firstly, chocolate on strawberry ice cream is good. Chocolate on lime and lemon ice cream?
That is an affront to the divines, and must be punished.
Secondly, the perspective of your waffle cone is off and not accounting for the cylindrical nature of the waffle cone. Here, let me show you. So, what you did is you have your cone, and your lines are pretty much just going straight across it, and then up and down. If you want that to look better and not read as flat as it is, which you might have wanted it to stylistic reasons, in which case feel free to ignore this. But if you want it to look properly three-dimensional, one thing that can help with making your three-dimensional lines on a curved surface, I probably could have said that better, but whatever, is to trace both sides of the circle. So I'm doing both the back and front sides of where this line would be, and then just do the part in front. So I envision it going all the way around and just do the part in front. See what I mean? Loop around but just draw the part in front. Still, not bad, and I am glad you decided to start joining in on this. Up next, solely from the previous cousin that contributed to the Cheezosaurus one, we have this donut, which is very Princess Unikitty coded, which is not surprising knowing that cousin. I really like this one. It's strongly stylized, it's got that adorable vibe, really good. The only real thing I have to remark on this one is that your black outline isn't outlining the horn, even though it's outlining everything else. But that's honestly really easy to fix, so nicely done. Finally, from my brother, we have a gingerbread house. I like that you've used an M&M as a doorknob, that's kind of fun, but I'll be honest, it is a bit rough. Your perspective on the house's roof is pretty good. It looks like it converges to a central point, but your back wall is just going off to the side. I also know you're a lot better at shading than what I'm seeing here. The lighting and shading on your arcade machine the last time around was great, but there's not really any shading here. That said, I do think you were using a different program for this. I always lose my English towards the end of these videos. Yeah, I do think you were using a different program for this, so I can cut you a fair bit of slack for that. The one thing I can't give you slack for, though, is the fact that you did a Christmas-themed food when it's spooky time. How very dare you. You should know that Halloween starts in the middle of August and goes until the middle of November, when it becomes Nightmare Before Christmas time, until the middle of December, when it becomes True Christmas time. And True Christmas time lasts until January the 12th. This is the way, and you have broken it. 75% joking about holiday dynamics aside, thank you all for participating in this Community Art Showcase. And I hope to see you all and more in the next. You have until the end of the 30th to create your Halloween-themed artwork and post it to the channel Discord. And I will see you in the next video.